What's up, guys? My name is Dylan Shortness. I go by Shorty HVAC, and I've been in the trade 5 years. I'm gonna let you know if I think you should go to trade school or not. That was a little bit cringe, but you know, it is what it is. By the way, I know the proper name of this trade is HVAC-R. I just think HVAC really rolls off the tongue. Don't you guys? Come on. He likes them. These are the USA version of the linesmen's. They're like $60-something, but they're pretty nice. Good boy. All right, so we're gonna go get some food. We're gonna hit the Home Depot, and I'm gonna talk about if you guys should go to HVAC trade school or not. Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to talk about something that I consider to be an important topic, mainly for the new guys out there thinking about getting in the trade, or maybe you just got into the trade and you're not really, you don't think you're progressing, or you're just having these thoughts and these questions. Do you need to go to trade school? Do you need to go to HVAC trade school in order to start a career in HVAC? The short answer is no. No, you don't. You absolutely don't have to go to trade school. But the long answer is, what I'm here to give you is, no, you don't have to, but yes, you should. If you're able to, if you have the funds, if your parents are willing to put you through school. That sun is really killer. Let's go over here. I am driving, so I'll just hold the, I don't know, whatever. We'll hold it down here. What was I saying? Yeah, I think you should go to trade school, okay? Because I think you'll progress a lot quicker in the trade at the company that you go to after you finish trade school. You're gonna progress a lot faster. You're gonna be in a van by yourself a lot quicker. And I can tell you that from experience. I've been through trade school. It took me 10 months. I'll be honest, I didn't really learn shit, but the information was at least passed through my brain. And the main thing at these trade schools is they're going to help you get certified. And if you study the information that they give you and work the program that they've got, you are gonna get certified. And if you study enough, you're gonna get university certified. I was university certified before I even knew like how to do a service call. You understand what I'm saying? All right, I'm at Home Depot and I'm watching this back. What I meant by I was certified before I knew how to do a service call is there's a difference between troubleshooting a unit and doing a service call, okay? Troubleshooting a unit in school, in the lab, there's no homeowner, there's no dog barking at you, there's no finding the unit, there's no, talking to the homeowner, presenting yourself. I'm Dylan from such and such. I'm here to look at the unit, blah, 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 blah. Find the problem, and then you go present the problem to them and explain to them why it's a problem, how you found it, and how much it's gonna cost it. That's what I mean by run a service call. So yes, I knew how to troubleshoot a unit by the time I came out of school to an extent, but there's a difference. I was about a year into the trade and I started progressing fast. I think I was in my own van by, I want to say, a little over a year. A little over a year I was in my own van doing my own installs with my own quote-unquote helper, who started at the same time as me. He's a lot younger than I am, but he started at the same time as me, but didn't go to school. So that just kind of shows you, like, but then again, if you do go to school, just come out of there humble, stay humble, know that you really don't know much yet. Yes, you know what a 2-wire is, you know that Y and C, that's cooling, W is heat. You know this stuff. You might not, you should. You should know how to check a capacitor when you come out of there. Most people that just start are not gonna start by riding around with service techs. Usually how they do this is they'll ease you in, they'll let you ride around with a couple service techs, and then after about a week or two, boom, install helper. You're the gopher, you know, you're gonna run out and get tools, you're gonna do the attic stuff, you're gonna do the hard stuff, and that just is what it is. I enjoyed it. I love doing installs. Now I don't just tell I don't consider myself like, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is Evan, who helps me out, is not a helper by any means. He's an installer. He knows what he's doing. So, you know, we hand off and we take turns with the hard stuff, you know. It's not like one of us is doing the crawl space stuff and the attic stuff every single time. We're handing it off to each other, and that's just kind of how our team works there. But for the first year or so, you're going to be the install helper gopher, most likely, or you're going to start on clean and checks. But if you didn't go to school, clean and checks are maintenances, by the way. If you didn't go to school though, you're just going to be riding around with people for the first year, and a lot of these guys are burnt out. That's the problem. That's why I'm saying I think you should go to school if you're able to. You don't have to, and if you aren't able to, just go get a job and start learning and do your own research online. But if you're able to, you're going to learn a lot of these things and learn a lot of the terminology that you're going to need to progress in this trade. Because a lot of these guys are burnt out, and they're not going to want to teach you why we're pulling vacuums down to 500 and why, or if, does it raise up, you know? A lot of these guys just pull vacuums down below 500 and they don't do a decay test. And really, if you closed off your valves, it would shoot up to about 1,000. Those are not good vacuums. And you're gonna learn that stuff. I don't know. I'm not trashing, actually, hold on, let me just rephrase everything I'm saying. There are good techs out there, and there are senior techs that will teach you the right things. But most of them are burnt out, and they don't even want to hear that the vacuum needs to be below 500. They're like, what's a micron gauge? They're just like, go get this from the van. We're trying to get done and go home. A lot of that stuff. So school is really going to get your feet wet with like the nerd part of HVAC, which that's what we all need to get to. Okay. This is a serious trade. It's like, I'm not going to compare it to being a doctor, but it's definitely, we're not handymen, okay? We are not handymen by any means necessary. There's a reason, like, a lot of this stuff is scientific based. Wow, I sound like an idiot, but you know what I'm trying to say. We have to nerd out about this stuff to prolong the system's life expectancy. You just have to. If you don't braze the nitrogen, you're going to clog up TXVs, you're going to clog up pistons, all right, with that being said, if you don't have the opportunity to go to school, don't worry about it. Just go and apply at every job that you can. Tell them that you're willing to be a helper, that you need to learn, and that, you know, you'll find a company that will work with you. Trust me. But just be honest. Tell them that you don't know anything and that you're ready to learn. So that's what a lot of these companies are looking for, and you'll work your way up the pay raise. And then my advice is just do your own research. Okay, if you're not going to go to school, while you're working, come home and do your own research. If you can, take pictures of the installation manuals, the operating manuals, and just read it over. See what the manufacturers are saying you should do versus what your average installer is doing. There's a lot of differences. So just do your own research and have your own mind, but also stay in your lane. Okay, you know, you gotta put in a certain amount of time. God, I just stare at my chat. I don't know about you guys, but I just stare at my chat lips in these videos. But I don't know about, what the hell was I even saying? The dog's even confused. If you guys can't go to school, don't worry about it. Just get in there, have your own mind, do your own research, but stay in your lane and be a good employee at the same time. You know, you got to put in the work, you got to put in the time, and I'm still putting in the work and I'm still putting in the time. I'm just sharing this with you guys. So if you like that video, make sure you hit the like button. And if you didn't like that video, don't hit the like button. It's pretty simple. All right, your friendly neighborhood HVAC vlogger. Until the next one, peace out.